at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind, coming to you live 250 miles above your imagination from the International Fake Station. I'm up here with my good friend Something Wong from the Chinese Communist Party to make sure that I'm following all the rules that are supposed to be followed right here on YouTube. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Far be it from us to want to go against any of their little rules and mess it. What is this here? Hold on a second. Oh my God. Okay. So I got Luca back here, backstage. I see. I'm going to give out a shout out to the people here I've got in chat first here so far. I've got, looks like unindoctrinated, realize. That's so clever. Mongo McD, Jehovah's lovely daughter Barbara is with us as well. Bill Wall is with us. Freedom Grower, what's going on, brother? Haven't seen you in a long time. Saddlebum, In Rem, D-Light is here. Let's see, who else? Brian Stabley from the Dose of Reality show. We've got, hey, Brian, wow. Crunchy Bees with us. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see who else. Unindoctrinated. Let me see. Did I miss anybody? Incentive advice. Okay, we might ask you. We'll see. Ethan W406 is Barbara. Is she saying hi to Barbara? Okay. Stacy Jones. The True Few. Mike Van Dyke. I got Chicago Cubby Bear. I see. Good Lord, the regular list of suspects. The usual suspects over here today. And we're going to I just ran across this really cool thing too. I'm going to repost this so that I can show it on my feed here. Kind of some interesting stuff this evening. What we're wanting to find out is,
don't forget your co-host, Gil.
Oh, yeah, my friend Johnny's over here, too. He's from the CIA, straight from Langley. He's here visiting. They sent him up on one of those APOP flights. Yeah, that's the ticket.
Yeah, I had to do some technician.
Yeah. They sent him. It's a program, some astronauts up here. He brought some extra hairspray for the girls.
Yeah.
And
Couple tampons.
so he floated up, he flew up here on one of those APOP missions from Virginia that they shot up at the eclipse and anything. Did you see anything from the rocket when you were going by the eclipse? Nothing.
Just some pretty pictures of Earth.
No, it was just pretty pictures of our globe Earth.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Flat Earth.
so Anunnaki Jew lizards from Nibiru, are they coming to put brainworms in us? I don't know. That's the big question. Short answer, no. I just came up with that because I thought it sounded pretty funny.
Small talk.
What's going on, Luca?
Hello, everyone. I'm doing good this lovely morning for us.
That's right. It's morning where you're at, isn't it? Clear over there.
It is. For me. For me, it's morning. Yes. I missed afternoon. It's almost 12.
There is some crazy stuff going on, though. The Euphrates River drying up, and there's some really crazy shit that's finding underneath there, man. Like architecture.
What's this talk about lizard people?
Yeah, man. Anunnaki Jew lizards from Nibiru.
Do you
Coming up from the deep.
think they're coming?
I don't think they're coming. Do you?
Oh, okay, good. No.
Not yet, anyway.
No.
I mean, they're going to wait a little while first.
Not in a billion years.
Not in a billion. No, I think it'll be well within a billion years. Absolutely.
Because they don't exist.
What are you talking about? How do you know? Can you prove that they don't exist?
I can't, but I just know. It doesn't make sense. That's my stance.
Well, then how do you explain lizard people?
What lizard people?
What lizard people? Yeah, you're in on it, see?
Like, there's no lizard people. In movies,
Can you
maybe.
prove that there's no lizard people?
In movies.
And furthermore,
maybe.
can you prove that they're not from Nibiru?
It just, there's no evidence.
There's no evidence that there isn't. There's more evidence that there is than there is that there isn't.
Is there?
Yeah.
I'd like to see
Eyewitness testimony of seeing people morphing into lizards.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
I'd like to.
People seen it on
Yeah.
camera sometimes, man.
Well, I have not.
You haven't? Well, it's because you're probably programmed by them. You probably already got the brainworms.
Oh no,
Starting to grow
they're
okay.
inside me.
Yeah.
Ah,
They come in here to put brainworms in you, make you believe that you live on a spinning ball of water. That's one of the biggest. That's one of the biggest indicators that you've been infected by the Anunnaki Jew lizard brainworms.
The real virus.
Yeah. You'll believe silly nonsense like Earth is a
Take the shot.
globe and that there's water sticking to it, and that kind of shit.
well, it's not really sticking to it. It's just getting pulled down.
It's getting pulled down.
pulled
Yeah.
down.
See, I think you've been infected by the brainworms.
It appears.
He's got it. He
He's got
does.
virus, man.
That's a classic symptom right there,
Yes, sir.
thinking things are being pulled to the earth.
Done
It
discovered- it's just
appears to
two
be
symptoms
sticking
only,
to
man.
it.
Yeah, it's two symptoms.
Yeah, we keep
It's
track.
not.
Yeah.
Well, you might want to get checked.
What is this? What is it? Like, you have no evidence that these are symptoms.
Yeah, these are symptoms of it.
No.
Because everybody that has these Anunnaki brainworms believes that.
Yeah.
Of
That's how we
course.
know.
And they got the same response that he had. you know?
Yeah.
There's like
That's
no
one of the
evidence
symptoms.
that they even exist in the first place.
We know that they have them because that's one of the symptoms, Luca.
Like, how do you?
And we know that
it's
that's
one
one of the symptoms because that's what happens to people that have them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's science right there.
It's a
Isn't
big
that
outbreak of what's
circular
going on.
reasoning?
Yeah, there's been a big outbreak, but there's a lot of people getting better at it.
Isn't that circular reasoning?
What? No, that's not circular reasoning.
They don't. You know it's a symptoms because
So you can't-
that's the symptoms.
Right. You know what another symptom of it is?
What?
Denial. Denial is another symptom of Anunnaki brainworms. the very denial of the Anunnaki brainworms is one of the biggest symptoms.
What? How did you even hear about these brainworms in the first place?
Because that's what I do, man. I smoke and I know stuff, man.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
number
know.
2,
A
Amos.
person that smokes might not be the best person to talk to.
What now?
Rank number
A
1.
person that smokes might not be the most knowledgeable person.
What do you mean not knowledgeable? I know more about Anunnaki Jew lizards than you do.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm one of the leading experts on Anunnaki Jew lizards.
Oh, you're pulling my leg, I see.
I am not. I am. Do you know any other experts in this field besides me? No, you don't.
Because they
So,
don't exist.
I mean, I would be considered, the authoritative information source on the subject.
In
A lot of people don't get
movies.
this.
Oh, man. See, this is the thing. I feel bad because he's in denial of it, which is clear evidence that he's infected by the brainworms and
Well-
believes that things are being pulled onto the earth.
And he ain't even aware how many people surrounded with him might have the same thing.
Yeah. There's probably millions more where he comes from.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Are you gaslighting me?
What are you talking about? No. Would I do something like that, man? Would I? Come on.
Interesting.
I mean, for real.
Well,
This shit's real over here.
Yeah.
okay.
You see, that's the thing is you might have this form of, what do they call it? Demon face syndrome. Have you seen that? Have you heard about demon face syndrome?
No.
Well, this is kind of scary, bro, because they're trying to say that people have this, man. Hang on, I'll show you. It's pretty cool. What's that say on that fan? It says "Death to America." Is that what that says? In Chinese?
Lol. I don't know what it says.
It might just be a menu from a Chinese restaurant. You don't even know.
I could.
It could be that could.
Now.
It probably says number 13, General Chow's chicken with fried rice and pork.
I'll check it out right now.
Get your Google translator going. Anyway,
Yeah.
watch
Gotta
this.
take a photo of it. Okay.
Imagine your vision is totally normal, and then one day you see demonic features everywhere.
Imagine your vision is totally normal, and then one day you see demonic features everywhere you turn, just like this.
Just like this.
New, rare, newly discovered. Or are some just seeds for who they truly are? So rare, only 75 cases.
Extremely rare yet terrifying disorder called PMO. Now known because people didn't know about it at first. It's called the demon face syndrome. People with the condition see parts of other people's faces distorted in shape, texture, position, or color. The term schizophrenia has been tossed around. Where does that fit in?
It doesn't fit in here because in this situation, this is just visual distortion, whereas in schizophrenia, a lot of times people have delusional thoughts and beliefs.
Says it's a rare phenomenon. What are they calling it? Demon face syndrome?
Yeah.
Let's look that up. Let's see if there's any more about that. Let's see if we can find any more about it. I'll go over here. I'll go to here. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Damn it. Yeah, I did. Demon face. Oh, wow. It's the first thing that came up. Because it was listening.
Mm-hmm.
It's a short about it. Demon face syndrome. This one ain't as long as this one. That's the one I think we just saw. So this is a little better on it, I think, maybe. Let's see what happens with this. Wait, can you see, dude? Why would this all of a sudden be like in the news and shit? This is what gets me.
Yeah, well, it's Google would be listening right now, wouldn't they?
Oh, they always
Most
are
definitely,
listening.
yes.
They're always listening to
Because you're live streaming.
you. Well, it
And
don't matter. They're listening to you even when you're not on
Right.
nothing.
it
Yes.
needs. Actually, there's evidence that doesn't happen.
There's evidence that it does.
It is happening.
No,
And I think it goes even deeper than that because I've had it fucking come up with shit that I've only been.
because I've talked about like dog toys just to test, but no
Yeah.
dog toy ads came up, so
It's not just that. It ain't just that shit either. I've had it come up things that I've been thinking of.
Me too.
I haven't even said nothing about it. I'm not kidding you, man.
Me too, man. I ain't shitting you neither.
It's either a coincidence or
Yeah.
it's gotta
Yeah.
be a coincidence.
Yeah, it's just a coincidence.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, don't you ever get tired of the taste of fucking boot polish, bro? Jesus.
How
Imagine
many
your
times
vision
has it
is
happened?
totally normal, and then one day you see demonic features everywhere on people only, just like this, what you see behind me. Now, that's a reality for a man named Victor Shera. He has extremely rare yet terrifying disorder called PMO, and it's commonly known as, or now known because people didn't know about it at first. It's called the demon face syndrome. People with the condition see parts of other people's faces distorted in shape, texture, position, or color. For Shera, that means grotesque, grimace, elongated eyes, and deeply etched scars. Also, pointed ears. There are 75 known cases of the disorder. My next guest, well, we talk about it, and he is kind of skeptical, but he says there's some proof. And joining us now here on The Factor Uncensored, we have with us Dr. Nick Hardy. Dr. Nick, I'm always looking for the weird and the different, and I think I found it today. And this condition, we're told, is called demon face syndrome. Now,
I'm gonna be looking at all you motherfuckers a lot harder now. Yeah, and Devil's Advocate, that bro, their faces got like that. That girl saw him like that, like when they were at that party or whatever, right? Yeah. Did you ever see that movie, Luca? The Devil's Advocate?
And each one of them started looking at each other.
What is it? Al Pacino and then Keanu Reeves.
I have not.
Watch it. See if you can find it and watch it. I'm sure you could probably find it. It's really good. It's really good.
Now, it's when an individual sees someone and their face
I might
seems
watch that again
distorted,
later here.
almost satanic, demon-like. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
I haven't. And to your point, when I saw that only 75 cases have been reported, I said, "Ooh, we really looked high and low to find this one." But I have not heard of this one before. Doesn't mean that it's not valid. Doesn't mean that it's not real. I just haven't heard it. This is the first time that I've heard about this disorder.
And 75 cases in a world of billions of people. That's pretty low, right?
It is. It's extremely low. And truthfully, I need to look and see what the threshold is for it even comes up on people's radar, at least from a medical perspective. But I'll say this, they say 75 reported. That means that there could be more people, but just out of
Dude looks like he could eat an entire hamburger in one bite on the right, man. Right? And just open that thing. Man, that would freak me out. That would totally freak me out. I would act like I didn't see anything though, because maybe like if they can see that you were able to see him, then they'll kill you or something.
The fear of embarrassment, or what does this look like? What do people think? I mean, am I crazy? Did I eat something bad? Is this temporary? I mean, just all the thoughts and feelings that come along with this being.
How are they describing this so-called demon face syndrome? What is it?
But see, the thing is, they're not seeing this with everybody. Like they don't see everybody this way. There's just certain people they see like that. which I find really interesting. It'd be one thing, and I think this is how this news story is trying to pass it off, is that it's just that these people see everybody this way.
Yeah.
But they don't. That's what's so crazy about it.
Exactly, from what you've been able to ascertain.
Yeah, so what I've seen is basically this is a disorder that when people look at others, there's this distorted view that creates a demon-like figure. And so, some of their eyes may kind of spread out. There may be distortions on their skin. And this only happens when they're looking at people. I don't think that they said that they saw the same imagery when they looked at a sheet of paper. And so it's happening in real time, according to some of these reports.
And I think they examined and they used in one of the case studies a Tennessee truck driver who said he began seeing people's faces and they looked like demons back in 2020. And the term schizophrenia has been tossed around. Where does that fit in?
It doesn't fit in here because in this situation, this is
because schizophrenia is usually audible or thought driven, where it's not hallucinatory. Where they're seeing actual entities. They hear things, they hear voices and that kind of shit, and disembodied voices and that and thoughts as well. But as far as hallucinating, people looking a certain way or anything else like that, I've never been aware of that. No, it doesn't fit the thing.
It's just visual distortion, whereas with schizophrenia,
they only eat rats.
Delusional thoughts and beliefs. And so they may see it, but then there's a narrative that goes along with it that, creates a story around what could be happening, some hallucination. This is just seeing things that don't look normal. So totally different than schizophrenia.
Wow. It's kind of like I don't even know what to do with this, but I'm so interested in it if people are actually seeing others who look like demons just visually. Because that could lead to some mental issues. If you think people are demons around you, that would affect your brain.
Oh, 100%. I mean, even just how you respond to someone that is your roommate versus a demon that's coming in your room.
Right.
Totally different. But I'll say this, when I was reading about this, one of the things that I do think from a mental health perspective that we have to be careful of is even labeling it demon could push people away who could be suffering from this disorder. And I think this has been the case with a lot of mental health disorders over the history of what we have come to learn about mental health.
But maybe on the other hand, these people are actually seeing demonic people.
Well, like I say, in that movie, it shows the whole thing for a party, but she only sees in them one or two people.
Yeah.
She looks like to her. Don't see it in there.
Well, I've seen my dog, Brandy. She's sweet as hell. She's the most gentle dog in the world. And there's been a few times where she'd see somebody through the window of the Jeep and just go crazy. Like, what the hell? I never see her act like that. Like she was just wanting to fucking kill him, like scare him off or whatever. And I was wondering what it was. And the way the person looked back at the dog was like,
they said something on
like they were like, shut up, dog. Like you're blowing my cover type look. I don't know. Really weird.
We used to call it mental retardation, all of these derogatory terms that we're fighting some of those stigmas now, just in the mental health space. So I think even though it's early, not a lot of people have it, we still have to be careful how we describe it.
Do you put a lot of credibility in it, though? Do you think they know what they're talking about? Not the people, but those who may be studying the people, who may be buying into this.
Yeah, I do put some credibility into it. I mean, because when I looked at the study, there was some merit in how they went about kind of verifying this. But I will say initially, I was like, oh, here we go again. We just making up stuff now. but it came from a credible source, and that they did name that, hey, this is still very early, only 75 cases reported. And so it's not common. I think there's probably more research and more studies that need to be done. But I think if there's a immediate influx of people who say now that they have this disorder, I think that it could raise some questions or some concerns about the validity of everything. So we'll see.
Absolutely. We will see, Dr. Nick Hardy. Thank you for joining me and indulging me.
So I don't know, man. Now that's, of course, that's a mainstream article on it. But like, you know,
it's just a condition.
well, like, look at have you ever seen that Kenneth Copeland character?
There's less than 100 people that have been recorded to
Well,
since
yeah, those are
1904.
the people that say, you know, hey, I'm going to go tell somebody about this. How many other people are doing it and going, I ain't telling a fucking person in the world about this, man. They'll lock me away.
Who's Kenneth Copeland? What's he?
It's
that guy.
it's not even demons. It's just distorted
See that guy right
faces.
there?
Yeah, what about him?
Look at that
It's like-
motherfucker's a demon, man.
It's like
Yeah.
stretched
Yeah.
faces and distorted. They've just named it
Yeah,
the demon disease or demon syndrome, I should say. Wait,
And they would masquerade. They would masquerade as like clergy and shit like that. They would.
It's not even that. It's not even. It's called this. That's.
But see, all of a
what
sudden,
it's
there's a
called.
whole bunch of shit about that. Been people talking about it, and it's like,
What's
wonder why. I think that it's. I don't think it's. I don't think it's. I think it's. I think it's new.
Have you ever had any sort of experience?
It's been around since at least 1904.
Well, that's what they're telling us, but how come we're just
Probably
now?
earlier.
How come we've never heard anything about this? You know, yeah, there may have been a case or two back of people thinking they saw demons back in those times, at 1904 or some shit like that. But why now all of a sudden is there talk about it? That's all. And you know why it is? It's because of the Anunnaki Jew lizards, who apparently, Luca, have already gotten to you, man. They've already, yeah, they got you, man.
Maybe while I was watching a movie.
Yeah, no. They snuck in on you while you were sleeping. They gassed your house, snuck in while you were sleeping. They put brain worms in you, and most likely took DNA samples and anally probed you, because that's what they do. Okay?
I don't believe in aliens or lizards.
Well, they believe in you because you know. You're going to sit there as somebody who's infected with Anunnaki brain worms, right? Which means you've probably been anally probed by aliens, and then spout that to me. I mean, come on, man. You gotta come loose of this, Luca. You need to, I don't know, find a way to get rid of these parasites out of your brain. You know,
what do the parasites do? Exactly.
Well, they make you believe that you live on a globe and say all kinds of silly nonsense, like air is somehow magnetic and gets sucked onto the earth or some kind of thing like that. I mean, some really crazy beliefs like that come about, you know, and it's all just part of that, you know. And of course, you're going to have delusional thoughts because, of course, your brain is, you know, infected with Anunnaki brainworms, dude. So, you know, I'm trying to help you out. I see you've, I mean, you're coming along. You're coming along pretty good, but we really need to get you.
Where did they create that virus at, man? I can't remember where they did create that virus.
It came from bat soup, dude.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
Yeah. Not
Okay.
not COVID.
Yeah, it came from bat soup.
Oh,
Did you guys hear that Peter Higgs, okay, the Nobel Prize winner who predicted the God particle? Let me bring this up here. He just died.
What do you think about
day after the eclipse?
Posted?
Day after the eclipse. Look at there.
Okay.
He was 94 years old.
Oh my.
Passed away
old person
the day after the solar eclipse. I guess the day after they ran the big collider.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He died.
I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him.
Me too,
No.
man.
I think
was
I'm gonna
old.
fly a flag at half mast or something.
He was old. So
Yeah, he was 94.
it's not surprising that he died of old age.
Well, did he though? Did he really die?
94 years.
Or did
94
he
years.
go, you know, I mean,
Electric energy.
yeah, he might have just turned himself into
he
CERN
zapped out.
energy.
He zapped out, man. They zapped him
He
out.
zapped out.
So,
He zapped out.
He
He went,
zapped out.
if anyone dies at all, it could be for any reason. Like they were infected with lizard people.
oh, it was most
That's
likely
really
murder.
sad.
It was murder.
Yeah, that.
That's because they zap people out.
I mean, that's really
It's the
reaching.
first documented case showing the symptoms of somebody that was infected with brainworms from the Anunnaki. Right there. See, look at that. Earth is a giant spinning ball. You got that from looking through a telescope. See how crazy that makes you be? Look up at the sky and go, oh, that means that I must be on a ball. Oh,
well, actually, yeah.
That's ridiculous. See, that's oh my God, it makes sense to him.
I can provide hard evidence.
Dude, you got brainworms, man.
No, I have evidence.
No, you don't.
Okay, then tell me, why does the moon flip upside down when you're prospectively when you're in the southern hemisphere and the northern hemisphere? The moon
Because it's the same. It's the same as if you put a picture up on the ceiling of your house. Okay, go over to one end of the house and look at it. Okay, look up at it, then go to the opposite end of the other wall, opposite from you. Go there, and then look at it. Oh my God, it's going to be upside down. Now go over 45 degrees from you to the middle of the wall to your right and look. Oh my God, it's going to be a different position there as well. It's orientation to where you're at. What that would have nothing to do with being on a ball at all. Come on, man. See what the brainworms are doing to you, man. All right, man.
I appreciate that. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. Curfew. He's got curfew. He's got a curfew. I mean, oh yeah, Biden said that he was asked today, said some reporter asked him, said, what's your advice on to the next House Speaker? And I guess he said it was above his pay grade. I don't know. Let me just see what that's.
Not that they're asking, what's your advice to the next House Speaker?
Dude, he looked like. Did you ever see Poltergeist? The movie Poltergeist, or that preacher? That I think it was it Poltergeist 2. Was that the one he was in where they had that preacher ghost? That dude looked just like him. Look at that, man. Let me back it up to where he's got that. Right there, you expect him to sing, God is in his holy temple. All right? Yeah, God, what a creepy fucking guy. Who would you rather have, your president or our president? Luke?
I'm not sure.
You're both pretty bad, huh?
I'm not really looking at the presidents.
Well, you have a prime minister, right?
Yeah, we have.
What do you think of your prime minister? What do you think about your prime minister?
Well, I don't even know his name.
Wow.
I really don't keep up with anything.
Holy cow, man. See, that's another symptom of the
for a little while, like maybe in 2020 or 2021, I didn't even know who Queen Elizabeth was.
Wow. Holy shit, man, really?
Yeah.
So tell me what you think about this.
It's not actually the North Pole. The North Pole's been sailed every year for 30 years. It's
What
off
do you
from the
know
North Pole
the
700
Queen
miles.
of
This is in a region that's never been
didn't
sailed before. It's
know
between the
that she was
magnetic
also
North
the
Pole
Queen of
and the
Australia?
actual North Pole. The waters are reported to be the roughest on the planet, so we're talking 10-story seas. This is not going to be a pleasure cruise by any stretch of the imagination. We'll be breaking ice for 8 days to get there, so it's not an easy place to get to. It's not actually the North Pole.
Would you go? Would you travel in those conditions?
I'd probably die.
Yeah, I don't think I would go. I wouldn't do it.
But people do it for the experience.
Look at this cat, man. I ran
And
across
it
this
has
cat.
been done before, so.
I ran across this cat today. Check this out. This is pretty crazy.
Is this your video?
Look how high up that thing is, man.
You recorded this?
It's a cat.
Did you record this?
This is the real news. You won't see this on the nightly news tonight.
That cat just got up and ran away. How far did he drop? He dropped, just a second. He's up 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it at least 8 stories high? That cat's up at least 8 stories. Dropped down, landed on his feet, and ran. That is amazing. You wouldn't think. You know what I found? There's a similarity between the symbol for alcohol and the symbol for mercury. I thought I'd show this to you. This is kind of interesting right here. I don't know. That's what. Yeah.
Lower terminal velocity than humans.
Al Ghul.
So they
Looks like
don't
that little
fall-
Quisp character.
So they don't fall as fast as humans do
What?
because they have a lower terminal velocity.
I didn't understand you. What'd you say again?
The terminal velocity
What about
of
it?
cats is lower than humans, so they don't fall as fast.
Well, oh, really? So what keeps them from falling as fast? Thought everything fell at the same rate.
Well, because the weight. is
See,
different
you try to
and
have it both ways.
low body volume.
Manure.
Oh yeah, they have a longer body,
Manure.
which they can spread out in order to parachute down in a way.
What?
Yeah.
See, you got
Like
Anunnaki. You got Anunnaki brainworms, Holmes.
like an inbuilt parachute for cats, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Cats are anti-gravity, right?
No, they
You
just
gotta be.
create lift, which slows them down.
So I'm going to show something here real quick and tell me what y'all think about this, because this is before the Anunnaki brainworms. There was this wonderful stuff. Okay, so this is an opinion piece, I guess, if you want to look at it. I neither advocate nor discourage, but this is called "How the Masses Were Manipulated to Accept Fluoride Poisoning." You remember last night you were asking me about the, saying that the fluoride's good for your teeth and all that. Remember? So,
Yeah.
All right. So check this out.
Water fluoridation, they didn't just walk out and say it's good for you. They actually hired Edward Bernays, Sigmund Freud's nephew, to sell Americans on how good it was to have silica fluoride in the water.
Edward Bernays was the one that created how to control the population through media. and through advertising.
Edward Bernays, also known as the father of spin, pioneered the idea of crowd psychology. In 1928, he wrote a book called Propaganda, in which he wrote, "If we understand the mechanism and motives of the group mind, is it not possible to control and regiment the masses according to our will without their knowing it?" He called it the engineering of consent. Bernays introduced the corporate giants to crowd psychology methods and polished techniques to manipulate society. He convinced the population to buy on impulse things they didn't even need. In his writings, he concluded that individuals were controlled by 4 basic motivations: self-preservation, aggression, security, and sex. Bernays' belief was that by appealing to any of these 4 motives, it was possible to manipulate the majority of the population into doing almost anything. You could brainwash them into smoking cigarettes, starting war, electing politicians, you name it. And given the proven effectiveness of these techniques, it was no coincidence that the Aluminum Company of America asked Bernays to head the campaign for the fluoridation of the United States water supply.
People like Bernays, were masters of social engineering. His entire thesis, if you will, is that you don't talk to the public in a rational, scientific way. Instead, you appeal to their emotions.
You know how many
and you invoke their
apples
fears.
you'd need to eat
He was
before
key
you
in getting
died
women
from
to start
fluoride
smoking.
poisoning?
He positioned cigarettes as being
lot.
sexy and individualistic,
A lot.
and power to the woman. That was the framing of why women should start smoking.
A consumerist culture was born, and the United States government took notice. U.S. agencies soon adopted Bernays' techniques of manipulation to manufacture the fear of ever-present danger in the minds of the people, to give those in power greater control of what Bernays called the mass mind. He went on to propose in his book Propaganda, those who manipulate this unseen mechanism of society constitute an invisible government, which is the true ruling power of our country. We are governed, our minds are molded, our tastes formed, our ideas suggested, largely by men we have never heard of. This statement holds just as true today as it did in the 1920s when Bernays first wrote it. Throughout medical science, including dentistry, poison-producing corporations have always been able to infiltrate major institutions and dominate their narrative.
When Christopher Bryson was writing this book, The Fluoride Deception, he reached out to Edward Bernays. Bernays said it was child's play to convince the American public that fluoride was good for them.
While the official narrative rang, the case for fluoride had been proven. Some people weren't so quick to jump on the fluoridation bandwagon.
Because fluoride had been used for years as a rat poison, to kill coyotes, to kill cockroaches. Some of those opposing fluoridation were in fact dentists. And because of their advocacy for safe water, they were censored by the American Dental Association. If they worked for the Public Health Service, they got fired. If they were team players and kept their mouths shut, they got to keep their job. So out of fear, many people who knew better remained silent.
The truth.
Yep, through fear and the
I don't drink soy milk.
What?
Oh, well, I was just responding to a comment saying, I wonder what flavor soy milk Luca drinks by Julio Lua.
Julio Lua. I don't know. So you don't drink soy milk?
Nah, I don't drink soy milk. I drink almond milk though. And
how do you milk on almond?
But
yeah.
Please.
Just
please. Okay. So yeah, I drink oat and almond milk and regular skim milk as well. I don't drink full cream milk though, because that's like the most unhealthiest kind of milk. Full cream. Yeah.
So pay attention.
The story behind water fluoridation can be hard to swallow. The facelift performed on fluoride dating back more than 60 years ago has misled generations. Instead of conjuring up the image of a crippled worker or a poisoned forest, we see smiling children. As a new generation arises, we must sound the alarm yet again. To those who have ears to hear, this film is meant to be a warning. This film will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that fluoride is a deadly poison being added to our water supply. It will further prove that the chemical commonly known as fluoride is the only chemical added to public drinking water to treat you, the individual, rather than the water. The information presented in this film can change your life. It can help protect your health and the health of your loved ones. It will lay out the real facts behind water fluoridation. It will expose the hidden hand behind the curtain, pulling the levers of industry, corporate profit, and public perception. Fluoridation is neither safe nor effective, but rather a fraud. And honestly, one of the biggest hoaxes ever perpetrated in human history.
What do you think about that? What's your trusting government? How you doing, Dreamy?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Honestly, nothing bad has happened, so I'm okay.
What do you mean nothing bad has happened? How do you know? What do you think happens?
From water fluoridation.
Yeah, what happens?
No, well, if I'm drinking fluoride right now, why I feel fine.
Of course you do.
You know, nothing
Of course
bad
you do.
has happened, so yeah.
Yeah. How do you know? Maybe you'd be like 10 times smarter than you are.
Maybe oxygen is slowly
It
poisoning
ain't about
you.
oxygen. Ain't about oxygen. Where's fluoride come from?
I don't know.
Aluminum.
I can tell you this much. My kids were all drinking well water. We didn't have fluoride in our water. And I took them to the dentist, and without permission, while they were doing their checkups and stuff, gave my kids fluoride. Their next dental appointment, they had cavities.
Mm-hmm.
So I made sure I was always right there, and I flat told them no fluoride.
Yeah.
And most
Did
people,
they
their
say you're
little
an idiot?
kids. What?
No, never mind. I'm sorry.
Did they call me an idiot?
Yeah.
I wouldn't care what they called me. They could call me a monkey's uncle. I fucking wouldn't care.
Yeah, that was mean of me to say. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just telling you, I mean, I will stand up to somebody. I don't care if they're calling me names or whatever. And you're right. There are a lot of idiots out there. Just don't happen to be one of them. But, when you
they rely on this unwarranted trust in
Right.
these established authoritative sources.
Like
I mean, I didn't pick them as an authoritative source. They just put them out there and said, here's an authoritative source. Oh, okay.
Well, our town here where I live, they don't fluoridate the water. So what the doctors and the dentists do is they give fluoride tabs to the parents to give to their children. We just don't give it to them. But they actually give it. It's not even a prescription. They give it to the parents for free to give to their little babies before they even get teeth. They start giving them fluoride. So
they got it in water.
Yeah.
I saw infant
you
water in the store for babies.
Mm-hmm.
And it said it had fluoride added. And I thought, why in the hell would you add fluoride to where your customer base doesn't even have teeth?
Right.
I mean,
yeah, we don't use that either. But I'm glad to live in a city. I don't know. They use other chemicals though, but they don't put fluoride in. So, and we put filters and whatnot on our water faucets for drinking.
See, this is the what I was trying to tell you, Luke, is the fact that it's unwarranted trust. Did you ask them to do anything to put any kind of drugs or anything in your water? Did somebody say, hey, man, we're going to have a vote on whether or not to have some drugs put in the water for you? Do you remember when that happened?
Well, that's what going to the dentist usually means, right?
Well, wait a second. Just because somebody thinks it might be a good idea for you, does that give them a right to force you to have it?
Well, going to the dentist means
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You have the responsibility to accept and say yes or no to something. Just because it's offered to you, just if you're on the streets and somebody offered you crack, would you just go, okay, well, I'll take it? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't allow somebody else to force something on you.
But
also, I wanted to tell you, saturated fat, the brain, it needs saturated fat so that you can think clearly, because that's its food. So we need saturated fat. So you probably reason why you think the way you think is because you ain't got no brain food feeding into your brain, so it's kind of sluggish. I learned about healthy fats and saturated fats because I was on a low-fat diet because a stupid doctor told me I needed to reduce my fat after my stroke. Well, I didn't eat a lot of fatty foods anyways, but he tells me I had to remove all these other things. Well, that didn't help me at all. Also, saturated fats coat each and every cell in your body. This study was done by the Mayo Clinic. They did a 50-year study, and then they turned around and did the opposite by telling people to go on a low-fat diet. But they knew that heart disease, that fats had nothing to do with it, that they actually protected the heart. And then they turned around and told us all these years that fats were unhealthy for us. And that's a big fat lie. So don't trust your doctors. Don't trust your dentist.
I will keep trusting.
Don't trust the crack dealer on the corner of the street. They all lie to you.
The difference between the doctors and the crack dealer is that
they're all a bunch of quacks. They're pushing their drugs. They're drug dealers.
No.
You go to the doctor, and does he keep his prescription pad in his drawer, or does he pull it out and help Big Pharma?
Drugs.
Do they ever catch any doctors for fraud?
I think there have been.
No, let's answer the question, Luca. Do they ever catch doctors for fraud? Yeah.
Yes.
Do they ever? Is there a lot of malpractice suits in the courts?
I don't know.
Yeah, there are. Right. So, given that information right there, does that just based because someone's a doctor and says something?
Well,
then you accept it?
Yeah, normally.
Why would you? If you got that many, if it's already been shown that regardless of whether or not they're a doctor, they can still be an awful human being.
But that was like a couple.
A couple? A couple?
Wait,
are you shitting me?
We don't have any.
Did you know that medical malpractice is one of the leading causes of unnatural death in the United States?
That's like saying, yo, most people die in hospitals. Like, of course, like most people die in hospitals. It's natural. That's why they go when they're sick. That's why they go when they have accidents. That's why they go.
Dude,
of course there's going to be more deaths in hospitals than anywhere else.
Dude, take a fucking breath, man. I'm trying to fucking eat a sandwich here. I'm hearing so much I suck the government's dick coming out of your mouth.
It's gross, ain't it? It's disgusting.
It is. I mean,
Sovereign, I went to, because one of my friends was kind of arguing with me. I went to pull up that research study that I had read, and that was probably back in 2010, maybe 2011 that I read that. And do you know it's not even on their site anymore? I can't find it. They just removed it. And I was going to share it because, I think that people need to know that we do need these healthy fats, healthy animal fats like beef fat, lard, not the hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated, but olive oil, coconut oil, all those healthy oils, that we do need those in our system so that we can be coherent, because I didn't know until I read that a low saturated fat diet makes a very sluggish mind, because saturated fat is what feeds it, because it's mostly made of fat. But I can't find the study anymore. It's just gone.
They put my dad on that cholesterol medicine and he started becoming retarded.
Yes.
Yeah.
And do you know that one of them, I can't remember the name of it, but one of those, in the warning for side effects, it says may cause sudden death. I go, what the hell? Why would, because I read all that paperwork. So I call my doctor back up. I said, you gave me a prescription that says may cause sudden death. I said, suicide is illegal, and that's like playing Russian roulette. You don't know which pill's going to kill you. Told him,
you got a cocktail. You get a cocktail going on.
Oh yeah, they wanted to give me that because of my stroke, but I do read my things, and I'm sorry, but when it says it can kill you, I didn't believe it. On a couple of my medications, it caused kidney failure and liver damage, and I took those medications, and guess what?
Hey.
I ended up with both issues.
Yeah.
So I don't take medication. They ain't going to kill me. Like I told the last doctor, and he got so mad at me, he told me he quit on me, because I told him, I know you're a drug dealer for Pig Pharma, and I'm not your pill piggy bank. So he told me he wouldn't see me no more. I said, no problem. Goodbye. Tell me what's wrong with me, and then I'll try to find a natural or an alternative way to fix it. But
I don't think you're going to live long.
Pad. But yeah, that study, I wished I would have copied it and found a way to print it off and keep it, but I didn't know much back in those days how to do all that kind of stuff.
Did you see
Go ahead.
Where was it? Trump was going to some airport today, and I mean, look at this. I didn't get an escort like this to go to the airport.
Oh, somebody's escorting. Was it Nick?
No, it's Trump. So they got all these cops out there in this parade to, escort Trump's fat ass to the airport.
Well, that's so the Democrats don't kill him. They're just protecting themselves from the other people that would.
Look at this, man. From the dramatic music. This is from a Trump arcade. That's our Lord and Savior, Jesus Trump. Amen.
They should have done that at night. Then it would have looked like a Christmas parade.
Look at there. He's got his own Trump jet and everything. Look at this guy styling. They should have a Trump action figure with accessories.
I'm so done with politicians and
the Kung Fu grip. You got it's the new Donald Trump action figure with Kung Fu grip.
Fucking retard.
Oh, hi, Greg.
So, Sav, I've been watching, and for the last couple of days, I've stayed offline, and I've watched people jump onto your channels, and I've clicked on, as a low-level moderator, I've clicked onto their channels and seen, go to channel and see that these people will have nothing. And they created within the last month or two or the last week. And it's sickening. I posted a channel on here of another guy who jumped on when you do that debate with the female, and she was great and all, but he jumped onto that channel and he claims that he took over your show. And at
On
one
Dawn?
point,
On
yep,
Dawn?
yes, if you watch that video that I posted in the links, he says that he took over your show, and at one point you said, "Could I have control of my show back?" And he gloats about it. And ever since then, I was like, "Whoa! I didn't know that these guys were like that impressed with Sav's show."
Put it in the put the link in the private chat. I'm like scrolling up. I don't see it.
Okay, I will when I get done. And the other thing is like this Luca guy. He pops up all the freaking time.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing with Joe Cool. If Joe Cool is on and Luca's on, I don't want to watch your channel. To be honest, off.
Well,
why?
Because they take over your show.
Mm.
Whatever the title of the show is, and it becomes something different. So, Sav, you never take over your show and say, I'm going to say that this show is about what I've said it to be.
I'm happy talking with
Hey,
whatever.
I don't care. Shut the fuck up, dude. I don't care about you. And like you show up in that one video.
Here's what's going on is that and I feel kind of slutty for it. Okay. I'm Luca's rebound. Okay.
This is sad.
He got banned off Flatzoid, and so now I'm like his rebound, you know. I feel like a whore.
He ruins your show, dude. He ruins the
No, I don't.
the direction, the tangent of the show. It's like him and Joe, when they get on the show, they know all the basics of flat Earth, and they don't. And then they've rejected it, and they want to throw it against you. So they know whatever the opposite is of what they know, they throw it against you.
No.
That's what it seems like, and it's so fucking annoying because we never make progress.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Barbara.
This Luke guy has been bothering me forever.
That sounds like a you problem.
It is a mean problem. I'm sorry. I totally agree. I agree.
Well,
why the hell do you show up here every week, and no matter what he says, you say the basic fundamental, like the kindergarten things that we know are true?
He's a flat earther, Greg.
I don't. Okay,
no,
he's a flat earther in disguise or in drag. Or
he's actually a flat earther. He's actually a flat earther.
Greg, wouldn't it be like when you're in school and you're actually very smart, and then they go and they tell you that you have to now join the retard class? I mean, that's kind of sort of how it feels to me. Here we are talking about intelligent topics. Maybe we don't know, so we're learning from each other. And then here comes a retard that takes over the class. And now we got to sit back and act like we're got to deal with retards.
I'm happy talking, but whatever you want to talk about.
Well, you called me an idiot already, so I done discounting you from here on out. But
yeah, but I apologize.
That's kind of what it seems like.
Luca, this is the thing. I've seen you do this before, right?
I did.
And here's the thing.
Yes, you did.
You knew it wasn't right when you done it. So there ain't none of this. Oh well, I'm sorry. No, you wasn't sorry enough to not do it.
No,
okay. You know why I don't use sorry very often is because I was taught or told one time that sorry was just an excuse to do it again. And so I stopped saying it. Unless I really mean
it. That's a bit mean to never say sorry.
Okay.
Well, I'm saying unless I really truly mean it. I don't just offhandedly say I'm sorry.
I will say this. I will extend this to Luca because I truly am sorry. But when I was making fun of him during a show, the night that Don was on, and I was making fun of him and all, and I saw his picture, I immediately saw like, oh man, this guy has he must have got kicked in the head with a mule or something like that. He's cross-eyed. He can't grow a full beard. Maybe he's deficient in something, so I'm sorry. Like I really do.
I do have autism.
That okay. But basically, Luca, I am sorry. for making fun of you. Can you please be open-minded moving forward?
What?
Well, it's a deep down in
I don't
there's a
think
flat
he
earther.
can.
He's
What
a flat
does that
earther.
mean?
What we
Wait,
got to
does
do is we have to
open-minded
purge the brain
in this
worms
context?
out of Luca's head. We have to get these brain worms out of his head. Get replaced there by the Anunnaki Jew lizards.
Well, I swear you're just making
That's
that
where
up.
you got me. So I was like, the Anunnaki thing is like,
I swear you're just making up the lizard people.
Oh yeah, well you can't prove that there aren't any lizard people,
You
so
can't
there.
prove that there's not. I love it.
You can't prove that there's no actual like life or aliens.
Yeah, I can. Do you believe the Earth is a globe?
Yeah.
Okay, right there's proof. You have brain worms. How'd they get there? Anunnaki Jew lizards. Bah. Boom, I just proved it.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Right?
This is where I jump off. I don't want to pick up your whole
You
show.
can see back here something Wong is in approval of that too. He's like, absolutely, absolutely. He believes it.
Yeah, but it was just a pun. That, you know, something wrong, we too low, bing, bang, pow, whatever.
You know, it's holy fluke.
It was a joke.
Luca, when you jump on the show, do you tend to stay for the entirety of the show?
Yeah.
Or just to say your point and then move on?
Well, I did originally come on to ask what the
I'm his
heck
rebound, man.
lizard people were.
Sav, what do you want on your show? When people jump on your show, do you want them to stick around? Or do you
Well, I
want
mean,
them
hey,
to,
we're
like,
having
hit the point?
conversation. We're having conversation. It's good
Yes.
conversation. We're having fun.
That's why I love your show.
And that's what we're doing. We're just having fun on here
Yeah.
tonight, you know. I'm dead serious about the Anunnaki Jew lizards, you know, from Nibiru and the brain worms,
I
because
need to know more about them.
yeah,
To
they've
be honest.
the symptoms include believing that you're on a ball, that there's this thing called gravity, and
And I've told you before, I don't know.
Well,
telling you,
I do believe in demonic possession. It was something for a long time that the Catholics actually practiced, and then they quit practicing it. But if you have seen, like, been in a situation where there's maybe angry people or people all upset, and you start seeing shadows in the room, especially along the walls, and go moving in and about entities, or entities moving that are in shadow form in and out of people, they do, in my opinion, they do exist, because I've seen those things. I've also seen the way people behave as these things happen. It gets really freaking creepy, and I did learn a bit about hold on.
that's for me. I'm busy, man.
Hold on, it's my dog.
It's your dog.
What? She taught the dog how to use the phone? That's
So,
fucking
hey,
cool.
Luca, for now on, I will not pick on you. I will not say anything more in the chat. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, and I will give you grace. I'm very sorry.
Well, here's a all right. So
Oh, and he's muted. Okay, whatever.
oh yeah, maybe this will convince
But
you.
Sav, hey, that channel that I showed you up.
Sorry, they left a baby here with me and didn't tell me they were leaving, so they called me.
They left a baby.
Yeah, I have my granddaughter baby living with us.
They left her on like the curb or the house, the porch.
Out front in the
The baby's asleep in the other room. I'm in my room.
Cool.
But that's why the phone was ringing. I thought it was one of y'all, and then I realized, oh, it's my phone.
These idiots better not have my phone number.
just set the kid out front at the end of the driveway as they drove by. Here you go.
Yeah, left one in my living room sleeping.
How do these guys know my name?
But
So,
no.
Luke-
So in my opinion, as far as these lizard people, I don't believe the bullshit, but I do believe that they are demonic. and the fact that they accept demonic entities into their heart and soul, because nobody could behave like them if they didn't. That's just my opinion.
Can I will just say this and I'll get off. I'm not part of. I don't want to be a part of the show as much as I don't have to be.
Why?
I don't know.
Are you prejudiced?
No, because I just don't want to be dragged into stuff I don't really know anything about.
What? Like Anunnaki Jew lizards?
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Dude, that's just
The original point of me coming on today was to ask what the heck these lizard people were about.
Cool.
I'll take that as a
Let me just say this and I'll get out of your
See
way.
how he said that though? These lizard people are back, he said.
Okay.
Huh. See, he knows.
No, I said about. What the heck they're about, you know?
But if you go back to that show where you were taken over by this what is this idiot name? His name is he goes by Stephen King, and he was on the after show with you and Dawn, and it's King Stephen is his name.
Oh, that guy. Yeah,
The
I remember
Sanity
him.
Machine. The Sanity Machine.
Yeah.
And then if you go to his video, he like rips you apart. And I'm like,
Yeah, I don't really
there's
pay
people-
attention
there's
to
people doing
you
this to
know,
you. I'm sorry.
like Sean Hawkins, he'd make videos about me or about me and Flatzoid or whatever. And I never saw one. I mean, I don't care. That's how that's where I'm at with them. I mean, I don't really give a fuck about what these idiots
I just want to
have
make you
say.
aware of it.
It's like I look at it like this, hey, I'm flattered that you would take your time and effort to keep me in focus. I like it,
Yeah.
And Greg, as long as you've been around Sav, you ought to know by now a lot of his headlines or titles to his videos are sarcastic, smart
I know.
kind of.
But sometimes he doesn't get to the point of his title. I'm like
Right,
frustrated.
because people come in and derail it.
I know.
And that's what you're
Well, we got to it. Look, it was real short and simple. The question is, are Anunnaki lizard people from Nibiru going to come here? Right? And no, they're not. Okay. I mean, I already that was way back early in the beginning of the show. No, they're not. They're not coming.
But do you know that, Sav, your show is also what you are talking about interactively? And then what we got in the chat, we have 2 shows going on. And it's fucking awesome. I love your show.
Oh, yeah. I look over here and there's all kinds of crazy shit going on over there.
So I just want to thank you. I'll jump
if you
off.
want me to be, I'll be a
If you want me to
lizard
be off.
people from another planet.
I don't know if I have
Just
anything
joking.
to add, but I'll stick around if you want me to.
Where's the links you shared, Bill? I'm sorry, I didn't see him, my man. Where'd Bill Wall put some links in here? Do it again, Bill. I've not been as studious at watching the chat.
What
as
did
much.
happen to your other channel, Sav, if you don't mind me asking?
Which other channel?
Your Sovereign Soul.
Oh, my original channel.
Yeah,
I got a strike and they fucking
okay.
banned me off and shit.
I thought I was going nuts. I was like, okay, only this channel's on. So where are all the people that know that you're on this one?
Oh no, I'm on my regular channel's on too right now.
Oh, it's
Sovereign
not
Soul.
showing on my. It's not showing on my live. I hit my live feed, and that's how I seen this. And this is the only one that.
So you're in the backup. You're at Sob's
I'm
place?
in Saul's place,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
because I haven't seen the other one in days.
Really? Here,
Yeah.
I just put the link to it in the chat, in the private chat.
Barbara said that I should watch 40 Ounces J and his crew if he wants to.
Oh, 40 Ounce J. Yeah, 40
that
Ounce J. Yeah, that guy. He was what do you call himself? 2 Liter J or some shit like that. I started calling him
douchebag.
He's just he's just some ass hat that came on being
Okay, I'm not gonna watch it.
troll.
Thanks,
know.
Barb.
See you later, Luke. Have a good one. But yeah, I just Dreamy, I put the regular over
I
in
found
the
it.
private chat.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not even when I go to the YouTube lives and click on it, it didn't even
Yeah.
show up.
Wow. Yeah, see, I've even done a full out search for
It's okay. I've been doing a lot of
well,
talking because they
I've had
send me.
Flatsoid. I'd be watching his shit on my phone and then go and try to pull it up on my TV. So I'd go to my history and look, and it's not in my history. Go in the history on my phone, it's not in the history on my phone either. And I'm like, I just was watching it. What the hell?
Right. Well, see, I think maybe it's my problem on my end because they keep when I try to put in a comment, it'll tell me that ask me if I want to. It gives me this terms of service announcement thingy and stuff. And I think they're just a little pissed off because I've gone on a rampage across the internet calling them a crime syndicate, and I'm not calling police anymore. I'm calling them officers of the court and posting the definition of officers of the court and that kind of thing. So I think they're a little pissy with me because right now they're acting like a crime syndicate, the whole damn shebang.
I had a coworker today who was called into Georgetown, Colorado, and they were that was this there was this sheriff deputy who shot some kid who had parked and was having like some kind of mental breakdown, and they shot him to death. He had no weapons or anything like that, but he was called into to be part of the jury today, and he told us that was the case I was going to be part of.
Wow.
And these cops are just so fucking pussified that they can't help but just shoot up anything at nothing. There's nothing. He didn't have a gun. He didn't have a knife. He didn't have anything in the car. They shot him up.
This day and age don't have to. That you should have saw what they did to a 13-year-old. It's posted on the Civil Rights Lawyers channel today.
Yeah. To be a cop, that's a sovereign citizen.
They just attacked that little 13-year-old.
Yeah,
like,
what he was selling roses,
demanding his ID and all this crap. He's a kid.
He was selling. They didn't even get into it. I saw that, man. They didn't even get into it. He just grabbed him.
He's selling roses and flowers that he makes out of palmetto leaf. That's like a palm tree, and they make flowers. And he's selling. He was just selling, making a little extra money on spring break. He's probably a poor kid. And here, Walmart. I mean, they go on the loudspeaker. They don't even go up to the kid and says, "Hey, can you go outside and sell those?" Or off the property, on the street corner or something. Yeah. They could have said something to him, but they don't. They act like a bunch of adults acting like a bunch of pussies. It's sickening.
They're afraid for their lives.
So they brutalize a kid over it.
Mm-hmm. Just grabbed him right off the bat, man. Just grabbed him right off the bat and fucking cuffed him and started roughing him up. And it's like, what the hell, man? He's a 13-year-old kid selling these flowers, It's not like he was slinging crack or some shit like that, I mean, good God.
Right. I'm with the civil rights lawyer. Kindness goes a long way. There's times to be firm and stand your ground. There's other times you need to be kind. And you start with kindness and respect first. You don't come up like a freaking bully.
Right. Let's see what these lizard people right here about, man. This is
right.
Only about a 3.5 minute video, and I can hit my bong pipe. Ha ha ha.
It's one of the most bizarre conspiracy theories today. Ancient, blood-sucking lizard people disguised as humans who secretly rule the world. Where did this bizarre theory start? And is there any chance that it's all true? Let's find out in today's episode of Colossal Mysteries. They go by many names: Anunnaki, Dracarians, or reptilian humanoids, but most refer to them simply as the lizard people. This conspiracy sounds like something right out of science fiction. According to the theory, Lizard people are cold-blooded, human-like reptilian creatures who can shape-shift into human form on command. Many kings, queens, world leaders, and celebrities count among their ranks, and they supposedly use their ability to gain power and influence in governments and business all across the globe. Believers tend to look for a few telltale signs: red hair, green eyes, good hearing, and unexplained scars are all considered hints that a prominent person might be a lizard in disguise. They supposedly came to Earth from the star system Alpha Draconis and lurk in the underground layers, always plotting to overthrow humanity. Some even suggest these ravenous reptiles survive by sucking the blood of unsuspecting victims. If this sounds less like fact and a little bit more like fantasy, that's because it is. Scholars believe they can trace the origins of this outlandish conspiracy to a short story called The Shadow Kingdom, which was published in a magazine called Weird Tales in 1929. In this story, there's an ancient, almost extinct race of reptilian humanoids who rule the world from the shadows, using their magic to disguise themselves as any person they want. Sound familiar? So that's where the idea started. An innocent short story about shape-shifting serpent men who control the earth. But how did it go from science fiction to all-out conspiracy theory? You can thank a man named David Icke for that. Icke is something of a celebrity conspiracy theorist. He wrote a book in 1999 that popularized the lizard people conspiracy. And over the years, he's given talks all around the world and written more books on the subject. You'd think for a theory that has so little evidence, there would be very few who buy into it. Yet, according to a 2013 poll, about 4 to 7% of Americans believe the lizard people conspiracy. And while that number sounds small, it represents millions of people. So let's clear the air once and for all. There's no evidence whatsoever that the lizard people are real.
You're muted.
That's exactly what I would expect a lizard people apologeticist to say.
Also,
So
I'd like to say that it wasn't David Icke that first came up with that idea. It's actually written in the Bible where it said in the last days that people from other worlds would be watching us. Go figure.
But that's so open-ended.
It is. It's
It is very.
It's stupid. Because to me, now that I know more than and been educating myself and not letting other people educate me, well, I never really have. I dropped out of school. That's how long I've been on my own self-education process and learning. But
smarter than the rest of us.
Greg, I hope you're happy you ran Luca away. He never did notice that I changed his name to Flat Earth Luca.
Okay.
They had his name on there.
You did that? That's awesome.
Yeah, I did that. And
Sweet.
And I also said that so space is gay.
I saw that one the other night.
But now that I know there's a big difference in the word world and earth. World. Yeah. Think about it. A whirly gig. We're living on a whirly gig now. But no. Now that I've separated the two, worlds can be each different continent or country or whatever, or what a particular group of people believe. They can create their own little world, right? We hear this word world a lot used, but not earth. Earth is not used so much. So if we come back down to earth and get out of the world, then we'll be back to where we need to be. In my opinion, that is.
No, he didn't notice. He didn't, Charles. He did not notice.
Well, I wondered why he said he believed in the globe, but he's going by Flat Earth Luke. Now I know. You sneak.
You're so mean. We got what? 30 seconds left.
Sleep soundly at night knowing that our celebrities and world leaders aren't secretly reptilian humanoids. It turns out you don't need shape-shifting lizard powers to rule the world. And now you know a little bit more about the strange lizard people conspiracy. Comment below with a mystery you'd like us to solve. And remember to subscribe.
Well, that was obviously made by lizard people apologetists, I would have to say.
DreamWorks.
Yeah. Because we know. We've seen them.
Just so you know, I'm not dropping up acid. I have these nicotine pouches. That's what
We've seen them actually shapeshift right on TV, man, on the news and shit. Whatever kind of little, I don't know what is up with that shit. Where was that guy? Oh yeah, let me see if I can find that. This dude that wants to be a genderless lizard.
Nice.
Yeah, hang on, I'll find that. I had that. It's
like,
funny.
I'm not on social media at all. I don't care. But like, you show some great stuff, dude.
Where was that dude? He was a genderless lizard. He's getting himself all hooked up for it. There was a shooting for Ramadan, if anybody was interested in that.
A shooting for Ramadan?
Yeah, 7 hours ago, gunfire erupts during a Ramadan event in Philadelphia.
Were they celebrating that they can eat?
I don't know, man. That's all the details I got on that right now.
Woohoo, barbecue!
We're into it more. They really want you to be afraid of the Islams, you know. That's not it. Dadgummit. Where in the hell?
I know that's the kind of propaganda that creates the violence. And they say that you can't use words of violence or it's not
right.
Speech, right? But yet they keep going around pushing this propaganda and that to incite this type of violence. And those people aren't just going around being violent. I'm sorry.
The guy who shares the room next to me, he is very Muslim. He gets up at all the times. He gets up at 4 a.m. He gets ready. I'm not sure what time the times for prayer are, but he gets up and goes to all of them throughout the day. He's very dedicated and stuff like that.
Wow.
When he first moved in, it was in November, and I was like, "Hey, what do you want to do for Thanksgiving?" He's like, I don't celebrate that." As if it was some kind of offensive thing I said to him. I was like,
really?
"Oh my gosh, okay, well, welcome to the house, dude."
So check this out. You'll like this thing.
If you see the pattern of what's going on, there's several stages of evolution. So my transformation is a metamorphosis, and I will reach the end stage as a full dragon when I have all my procedures completed, including a penectomy, which is coming and is coming off, because I'm not going to get I'm just going to get a penectomy. So I will be a genderless dragon. That's what dragons are. If you see,
That's disgusting.
He's being encouraged too. Somebody's encouraging him and doing these procedures. Like,
But see, that's not a transformation. That's not a metamorphosis like a butterfly. That's him doing it to himself.
What's that a
right,
cool
it's
for?
mutilation.
Doctors and what have you.
That's
Crazy.
called mutilation in my book. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Does it go towards nothing? There's nothing to achieve. Like, whatever.
He's probably on skim milk.
He's on something, that's for sure.
No fat in his diet. His brain shrunk.
It's done gone, man. It's done gone. His brain's history, man. I was just looking to see where that went to. I had this other thing I was going to show to you, and no, I cannot find it. I'm always looking for things because what's this? Trump and all. Man, these people are really, if you notice, these people are getting worse and worse about this fucking Donald Trump, man. About how he's just so wonderful and great. And
you can save the world.
Jesus, criminally. No, he can't.
He can't even save himself.
No, I mean,
Someone else had to bail him out.
People are believing the propaganda really hard. And
That's
that
scary.
guy's about 100% propaganda.
How does anyone take someone like that seriously? You know,
Yeah, I know.
They're so full of themselves that they surround themselves with idiots who believe that they are that powerful.
pretty soon they're all going to be. We'll see those kind of people sitting in the politician seats.
Yeah, well, yeah, it does. It seems like that's what they do is they put the crazy fucking people in the seats of power.
Right. It
I mean,
seems that way.
well, yeah, the more psychopathic, the better. That's how they run it, man. I mean, criminy.
Sorry, guys, I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna call my girls. Say good night.
I found a little song maybe we'd like. All right. See you later, Greg. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
If you get bored, come back.
Give them gals a little kiss for me too. Well,
Thanks.
see you next time, buddy. So I got this. I don't know what this is. I've not watched it before, but we're gonna see what it is.
I got my balls to my butthole, yeah. Oh my God, what did I do? I can't take a dump, cause now my balls are blocking up my butthole. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on blue. Good God, I pulled too hard, now my scrotum's stretched out like a fucking yard. Oh God, I do my balls to my butthole, baby. Oh my God, what did I do? I can't take a dump, cause now my balls are blocking up my butthole. My lady doesn't want a life of watching her man use a butter knife. Face down, ass up, trying soft and sack. Oh baby, fucking please just take me back. I grew my balls to my butthole, baby. Oh my God.
I think they got a hit.
I think they do.
I think it's a catchy little song. It's definitely a catchy little song, I have to say.
See,
Absolutely.
See, Lorena Bobbitt was just before her time.
Oh my. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, just joking.
Crazy. You got an updated Statue of Liberty.
What'd they do?
It looks like it reflects America a little better.
No.
I mean, there's really an epidemic of obesity in this country. There really is, man. I got to really thinking about that and, comparing how things were, 50 years ago as
Right.
opposed to today. And it's really, really bad.
Well,
Great show on Netflix. Yeah, Netflix. And it's called The Scoop. And it starts out this guy like in 2010. He gets these pictures of Prince Andrew hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein and walking through the park. We've all seen the pictures. And these girls leaving the apartment and this, that, and the other, that place in New York. And the whole thing revolves around the palace and this news agency. Remember the one that interviewed him and he was saying that he didn't sweat because of a rare condition and all this.
I don't watch all that celebrity.
Oh my God. Yeah. This thing was great. But the thing was, this actor, I would have never cast him for the role. But did he ever look like Andrew? I got to show you this guy's picture. He is what the hell? Let me see. That movie was called The Scoop. Is it the movie?
I guess I don't pay attention.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. Yeah, Rufus Sewell. Okay, now you'll recognize him when I show you some pictures of him.
I doubt it. Sorry, I really.
Well, people out there that do watch the movies.
But there are a lot of people that do.
Yeah. But this guy really did a good job. They had him made up to look like Andrew really well. This is the actor they used. And you might have seen him like in The Knight's Tale. He always plays a son of a bitch. He was in The Man in the High Castle. There's a whole bunch of different movies that I've seen him in, right? But then when he played that, let me see if I can find a picture of him as, let's see. I would like to see a picture of him as Andrew. There we go. Let me get that one. Wait. Well, damn it. I didn't bring the picture up at all. Is that him or is that? No, that's actually him. Holy shit. It's so good that this was actually him in the interview. And I was looking for, all right. So what was the guy's name again? It was Rufus Sewell. As there we go, as Prince Andrew. And let me get the images. So yeah, this was really good. This was amazing. All right, I think I got it now. Check that out, man.
Wow.
I mean, he looked just like Andrew in the way he talked and the way his mannerisms and shit. This guy, he did a great job. He really did. I wonder if they have a side by side of this. Oh, no, wait. Yeah. Okay, here we go. There we go. Let me just pull that up. So the one on the right,
wow, that really
the one on the
does.
left is actually Andrew.
Right.
So yeah, and
And
it's
I know what he looked like because of just seeing news clips or this or that headline, but
yeah. Even the way his mannerisms and everything were, I mean, really spot on. So I was pretty impressed with it. I passed by it. It said it was recently added, because like a lot of times I like to just find crazy ass movies and sit here and get buzzed and make fun of them, really. Especially like space movies and shit like that. Those ones really crack me up. It was the one I watched here not long ago where they had the damn moon was going to crash into the earth or some shit like that.
I know. What do you think about all that hype on the solar eclipse and all the woe is me and propaganda and terror that they tried to put out? Did the world end? No.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what people don't understand about that. That the eclipses are not seeing that these things happen right during it, or they happen a short time afterward. Like a lot of times these things, as though the eclipse itself was a warning, was a sign. I don't know. I know that there's a lot of crazy shit still going on. What did they find out with their rockets that they sent up? I haven't heard shit about that.
Well, I kind of believe, like my native ancestors, that actually they think that and have believed that the eclipse, when it happens, that it's the death of the old sun, and then as it moves through its cycle, it's the birth of the new sun. And I like that a hell of a lot better than all this other garbage that people talk about, because it is a cycle, and it's been happening since it's been up there. It's just a cycle, like spring, summer, fall, and winter. It's a cycle. That's all it is.
Well, yeah, that is a repeating, but here's the thing, that they had to move the predicted path because their globe model didn't predict. You know, they're always, oh, we can predict. Right. Well, he was fucking wrong. And guess what else they was wrong about? Last month, their lunar eclipse that was supposed to happen didn't fucking happen.
I'll be right back. I have to go get the baby.
Got to wonder what's up with that. You got to go beat the baby. We can't have that on here. We
I
don't
have to get the baby.
Oh, get the baby. Okay. Man, scare us like that. Holy crap, I would shit my pants. You know, I've thought about this. Any of you ever thought about going on a whale watching tour? Watch this thing, man. This would scare the hell out of me. Look at that. Look at the size of that thing. Just come rolling up out of the ocean. Great day in the morning. Pretty cool that it's taken with high speed. I like that. That would scare the hell out of me. Look at that. Look at the size of that thing. I don't know, man. I just, not that I think it would try to hurt me, just the fact that it could accidentally hurt me without even fucking knowing it. You know? So I found out the girl that had Ashley Biden's diary, who incidentally gave it back too, but she's been arrested now for having leaked the contents about her taking showers with her dad.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's pretty well insane. What is this? Oh, okay. So I don't know, man. Maybe we're there's a lot of bad stuff happening with the from that tsunami. I guess there was a tsunami or a big ass earthquake in Taiwan, wasn't there?
Yeah, that happened before.
That was before the eclipse, like a day or two before the eclipse. And I think that really tore some shit up. I wonder if there's any photographs of that. Let me see if I can find anything. Taiwan. Is that right? Hey, Taiwan earthquake. Look at there. Boom. Dun, dun, dun. Is this going through what happened in the mountainous areas of Taiwan during the April 3rd earthquake? Oh, fuck. I could only imagine being up in there. Watch this shit. Ow. Man. Not a good place to be with earthquake. Kind of cool drive, though. Oh, there's something start to rumble a little bit. Man. Oh, that's bright. Oh, fuck. Look at that. Oh my God.
Oh no！完了，我们要救援了。
Wow. And I would have thought that being in that fucking tunnel would be like the last place you'd want to be, right? But apparently, if they'd have been out of that, it would have been a hell of a lot worse. That's terrible. See if there's any more on that. This is where. No. I see what's going on here. Oh, yeah, here you go. This dog. This dog alerted its owner right before, too. Watch this. Thing knew the earthquake was coming. Now, how do the animals sense that shit? Isn't that amazing? What's this guy? Oh, that's not funny. Just showing a fat guy falling down and causing an earthquake. Man. Oh, wow. Look at this pool. It was a 7.5 magnitude earthquake. Check this out. This was in Taipei. Turn this thing into like the ocean. Check this out. This is badass. That's nuts. Look at that coming right up over the edge of the pool. Damn. Crazy, huh? And that's some scary shit there. Here's some more vehicles getting. Oh, wow. You can see it coming down the hill. Man, this would be some scary shit. Look at this. This is apparently, it's already happened, but look at those clouds of smoke in the background. Or in the background, right? That guy's like, I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge. It does look like it's coming right at him, don't it? Jesus. Yeah, this right here coming at him. Right here. Oh, hell. Oh. I would not want any part of that shit at all. Man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So, was there a tsunami from it? That's what I'm wondering. Because usually, don't you get a tsunami with an earthquake like? Oh yeah, April 3rd, there was a tsunami. Hold on, here's a video of it. Let's see what happened. Those people, you know, all the time there's shit like that happening. If it's not a tsunami or an earthquake, they got Godzilla fucking with them. I mean, they just know no peace, you know? Giant lizards coming up out of the ground, flying turtles and shit. What do you do about that, right? Look at this is the kind of shit that gets me right here. Look at this overpass. Saw that. What?
爸爸不要太靠近，你退后。
Wow. Man. That's a pretty big earthquake for and it's a pretty populated area as well. What is this one they're trying to show me? Is this? Oh, it's that car trying to get away. Look at this building. This is insane. This is crazy. Look at this. Wow. Could you imagine? Can you imagine if you was in that building when that happened? There'd be shit running out of those windows if there was people up in it, I guarantee you. Right? Wow. Good God, look at here's on the street. Oh, it's a real short one. Just a second. Let me back it up. Look at that fucking road. Wow. That house rocking back and forth. Oh my word, man. I don't even know what to think about that, man. These buildings right here are separating back and forth. Or is that just a sign? No, that's the whole building. Holy sheep shit. Wow. Watch this one. This guy's sitting over there eating an ice cream cone down here. Like, what the fuck that is? Meanwhile, the whole building above him. The guy's sitting down there eating ice cream, man, down here at the bottom. And this whole building's like swaying around. Like, I'd be getting the fuck away from that. Look, what a retard. Watch him while this thing's going. Hey, what's going on? He's completely unaware anything's happening. Wow, talk about the fluoridated mass. Crap almighty. Talk about the fluoridated masses. Jiminy crickets. Yeah, I don't want to be in anything like that. I think that would be pretty damn rough. Pretty damn rough. Here's a bridge. Oh, the wife would love this one. She already is scared of the bridges. She don't like bridges. This would blow her mind right here. Wow. Okay, quake's over. Let's go. Okay, quake's over. Let's hustle and bustle about and scurry like
That
rats.
is crazy.
What was this? It was playing rollaby with all the babies in the nursery ward. Oh my God.
I was muted because my little regret was crying.
Watch here. Rockabye baby. In the top floor hospital ward. God, you got to be scared to death. Nuts. I'm going to look some more into some of that shit too, man. That's pretty crazy. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get off of here for tonight. Anything you want to leave the people with before I sign off tonight, Dreamy?
Just have a good night and keep enjoying life.
Well, what do you think? Are the Anunnaki lizard people coming?
No, that you might find them in your coloring book. So
I think they're already here, man. I think they're already here, and they've put these brainworms into people like our good friend Luca, and it causes them to think that they're on a ball spinning around. And
right.
I think there's a lot of people been infected by these brainworms.
Well, I think that it's just. I do think it's demonic forces.
Oh yeah.
You know, they all worship that kind of crap.
Yep.
You know, so you can fill your brains with anything, I guess, if you want to, but I just choose not to. And I hope a lot of other people don't want to either.
Look, it's Fitzoid. Or is it?
Hey. Yeah, I can't get my Flatzoid account to work, so.
What?
How's it going?
Good. So, man, I'm like, I'm Luca's rebound, man, since you canned him. You know, I'm like his rebound. He's just like, I inherited him. What's up with that, man? I inherited your guys. You get rid of them.
But that's how it works, though.
But I feel like so cheap. I feel like a slut. Like I'm just the rebound guy. You know, I mean.
He don't want your sloppy seconds, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, man. What's up? Jeez. Kick old Luke to the curb, and off he comes over to old Dave's house, man. What's up? That's all right. I was fucking with him hard tonight, man. Did you catch any of that?
Nah, missed him. I just saw when you were showing all the earthquakes and everything and tsunami.
Yeah, we were just getting ready to show it off here and sign off. I'm glad you could make it, though. Yeah, I was telling him that he was infected by brainworms that were put there by Anunnaki Jew lizards from Nibiru. And he said, how do you know? And I said, because there's symptoms. I said, do you believe that the Earth's a globe? And he said, yep. And I said, well, that's one of the symptoms of having those brainworms. I said, let me guess, you believe in gravity too, right? And he said, yep. I said, that's another symptom. And he goes, well, there's no lizard people. And I said, can you prove that there's not? And he's like, well, no. And I said, well, then how do you know there's no Jew lizard people? Shut up. See? So I was using globetard logic on him regarding a completely different topic. And it went by him completely unfazed.
Yeah, well, they don't actually think, though, because they just parrot things. Mm-hmm. So that's all they don't actually know how to think logically.
No. And it was funny as shit because he never did see. I didn't even have to do it this time. Last time he was on here, I changed his name to Flat Earth Luca. And so when he came on tonight, it was still changed to that. And he still hasn't noticed. As I told him, I said, there's a flat earther inside of you, Luca. It's screaming to get out. And you know it. That's why you keep showing up. Right? Dreamy will carry.
Yeah, he called me an idiot right off the bat.
Yeah, man. You think Vicky's harsh? Wait till he gets a hold of Dreamy's tail. He ain't gonna let loose of that one, boy. I'll tell you what. She ain't none to be played with.
Well, whenever when people are talking that they're just parroting what they hear, especially when you're someone that has actually read word for word something like the Bible, and then you start to listen to them and they're parroting not what the Bible actually says but what the preachers say.
Right.
And I can see right through that garbage, and it is frustrating and irritating to me because If you're going to talk about, if I know something, I'll say I know. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. But I'm not going to tell you what everybody else says. You know?
Exactly. And all he does really is just parrot either something he's heard from FFE or Google, and that's what he takes as his truth. Even though it's shown wrong, he'll still accept it as the truth because that's what he wants. I don't know. That's why I've just, at the end of the day, just realized the guy's a waste of time, and he just, people get irritated with him because he makes the show very boring at the end of the day because he just repeats himself.
I know. I'm gonna have to stop letting him come up here. Then where's he gonna go? You know, I feel bad if he ain't got a place to go. He got in trouble from his mom and had to go off take care of his chores or something yesterday, and then he came back. So I don't know. His mom was fussing at him in the background about something.
Yeah,
This is
also like that with laws and just, you know, information, like how I've learned about what happened in 2002 is I actually went to the Homeland Security website and read that they took 22 companies or corporations, joined them together to create Homeland Security in 2002. That's what took over the United States because the country was bankrupt and the final bankruptcy had just finished in 1998, I believe. So they had to do something to create the country again, right? So this is what took over. And since then, look at all the damages like Hurricane Katrina. Since when did the government ever get involved in a hurricane except for maybe infrastructure and stuff? Not holding people in an area and causing more harm to families or whatnot. It was the people, neighbors helping neighbors before that.
Mm-hmm.
So since they've got involved, you look at the hurricanes, the tornado damages and stuff, and these people are not doing anything but sucking up the money.
Yep, they're expecting it. They expect it. And too, you know, that's the thing too, is that everybody expects for this government agency to come to the rescue of everything.
Well, I didn't consent to FEMA or Homeland Security. Did you?
I think I was sick that day.
I think I was under the sofa.
Yeah,
looking for Skittles.
I was under my desk hiding from a possible nuclear attack.
But serious, that's why. Did you really learn this from the source, or did you just hear other people talking, you know?
Exactly. And when I was even pointing out to Luke, I was like, look at this unwarranted faithful trust you have in these institutions that have lied to you upon numerous occasions. Yet you still go, you know, well, this guy's a doctor. I says, have there ever been, or just because somebody's a doctor, does that make them truthful? No.
Right.
Does that automatically make them a good person? I mean, it seems to me there was a guy called Dr. Mengele, right? And he wasn't really had a problem with his bedside manner, I understand. You know, so, you know, Dr. Kevorkian, you know, there's different Dr. Jekyll. So, you know, why would you put your faith in somebody just because they call themselves doctor or because they have a degree or whatever else, you know? I mean, that's ridiculous, especially since somebody that has been presented for you by the very people that you're suspicious of lying to you in the first place. And I just don't get it. It really is unwarranted, and how people can keep going back. It's like Charlie Brown with the football, you know, no matter how many times he runs and tries to kick that football, Lucy's going to pull that shit out from in front of him. He's going to fall on his ass every time. Right. Yeah. Well, that's the people. That's the people.
I don't want anyone to think that I just believe everything I read either. I make up my own mind. I'll read it. I'll take it into consideration. Doesn't mean I accept it or believe it or anything. But when a corporation or company puts something out there and I read it and everybody else is talking garbage, they keep thinking that we've got this constitution. No, that ended with that was their charter. That's what they agreed to have that to have that
Mhm.
system.
Yep.
Now that that's all gone because they're bankrupt, they couldn't pay their bills.
Yep.
That's why I made that one little. I took a picture of the White House off the internet, off of images, and I put in a bunch of chickens and people having a barbecue and some dudes in the back of a pickup truck with a tarp, and it's full of water, and that's their swimming pool. So I made it a redneck swim picture, and I said I rented the White House out because the people couldn't pay their bills. Well, I just created that out of a bunch of different pictures layered on top of each other that I kind of, got rid of the backgrounds on some and overlaid. That's it. But did I really rent the White House out? No. But the picture says I did.
Yeah.
So don't believe it.
Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead
Yeah,
and
well,
show this last little
yeah,
bit
well,
of
this
Earth.
is just like that eclipse photo we were talking about last night. It's
Yeah.
exactly the same. It's all just layered, different, and then they expect it. Then they just say, "Oh, look, it's a real photograph because it's not NASA."
Right.
Do they think
right.
other people can't lie too?
I've seen like this kid on his phone where he was making gobs of water be weightless, and he was playing with it in his yard, and it was just a trick he did with his damn phone.
Yeah,
you can
jumping on a
download the app
trampoline.
yourself. Yeah, and that's the thing. People say, "Well, I've seen it on TV," and it's like, well, it probably wasn't true if you saw it there. So stop. I wanted to show this last little clip of earthquake, and then I think I'm going to pop off of here. And but this looked really bad. I hope these people are okay. Watch this thing. Jesus.
That's crazy, ain't it?
Oh yeah, we saw this one. And this guy came out least scathed of any of those other cars we saw because I think mainly because he was underneath this. But there were actually pieces of this above coming down on his car.
That would have to be one hairy, scary event. Could you imagine being that person sitting in that car?
God, where do you go? Right?
Right, nowhere to go.
I mean, yeah, and it just hits no warning, just all of a sudden.
All I know is I'd sit there and pray. That's about it.
That's all about you can do.
Well, the one happened.
Unless you have a 1970s schoolroom desk at your disposal. Okay. I'm just going to put that in there as a sideline because, as we all know, that'll even protect you from a nuclear bomb. So,
Well, there in Turkey, when that one happened, the floors just fell and smashed down, kept falling down, smashing like a pancake. the way they're
Mm.
built over there. And they were brick, they were made of block. But the other ones that were not made of the newer block buildings, they didn't just get destroyed the same way. That told me a lot about building material. Do not have a block house.
Angela wants to know why your apron changed. I don't know what she means, your apron.
Maybe his name.
Oh, yeah, he's coming in off his he's using his other channel, Fitzoid, where it's a fitness channel. He said he was having trouble getting into his Flatzoid account for some reason. See, something happened there.
But yeah, like tornadoes, you can get out of the way. A hurricane, you can get out of the way. But you know, that's why I like Dutch sense. A lot of people in different places have been saved because they knew that an earthquake was coming, so they prepared for it. You know,
Mhm.
and they were making sure that they weren't in the area. And one, I forget what earthquake it was, but I think BBC covered it and even mentioned him for the
Sorry.
warning. You know, they thanked him for the heads up. So, you know, but an earthquake, you can't move away from it. That
No.
one that happened, was it San Diego in California, you know, where they had all those highways stacked on top of each other.
Oh, that was in San Francisco. That was
San Francisco.
Oakland.
Right.
Yeah.
My uncle had just barely got off that. He was driving across it, and he had just left that when the earthquake started. He had just got off that top freeway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That was really a scary one. That was really
Yeah.
a scary one. Now they're saying the New Madrid fault is due. And the last time that was 124 years ago. I think that's what they said it was, but what is it, 1811 or 224? I don't know, something. But the Mississippi River ran north,
Right.
changed directions
Right.
temporarily.
Well,
I
they
think
keep saying that Yellowstone's going to blow anytime, and it's overdue. There's a big fault up north, up closer to Seattle, where the plates come together. And they keep saying that there's this major earthquake that's going to destroy this whole coastline and all this garbage for how long now?
Oh, yeah.
Well, haven't they been saying Yellowstone is going to erupt for the last 5 years or something too?
Right.
Longer than that.
Well, there's a little thing that happens in Yellowstone. There's this thing, it's called Old Faithful. It's like a heartbeat. It happens at the exact time, every time. That's why it's called Old Faithful. So I just consider it the heartbeat to this earth that we're living in, that there's little heartbeats around, you know?
Well, definitely there's that. But they're saying that Old Faithful's been not quite so faithful here recently, in recent years. Not spraying as high,
right.
spraying different. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on.
Well, when you start sucking everything out underground, what do you expect? You can't keep coming up if you keep sucking it out.
What was that movie with John Cusack where it was the end of the world? 2012? And had Woody Harrelson
2012, where the planes flying away from the earthquake. And
Yeah. That one, that was so silly. And I had Woody Harrelson was the crazy conspiracy guy broadcasting from an RV in Yellowstone Park.
Yeah.
Yellowstone blew up and he just stood there in his glory, letting it blow him up. And yeah, that was really kind of a crazy movie. But I love movies like that because I sit back and make fun of them. It's when you're sitting around here watching movies with me and my wife, my friends and shit. It's like Mystery Science Theater. You remember that TV show? Where they'd watch some really crazy old monster movie and they'd be making all these comments during the middle of the movie. It was hilarious, man. That's what it's like around here.
I never thought to sit back and make fun of them. I just thought it was just a waste of my time, you know. I mean, I've seen some stuff, but I mean, for the majority of it, you really have to grasp my attention to get me to pay attention. And if it seems stupid, looks stupid, then I just can't do it. And that's just to me, from my perspective. So that's why I just don't know a lot about that artificial world.
Artificial, yeah.
That's what they call it, artificial entertainment.
Is it though? I mean,
go camping, go fishing. That's some real stuff, Go
I'll
sit
tell
on
you,
the bank for a while.
I get some. There's, and there's some movies that I have that I watch that are like, there's deep meanings in them that I find really interesting. Now I'll tell you one that's really good if you like a twist. I'm trying to remember what the hell the name of it is. It just came out. It's got Mel Gibson in it, and it revolves around, he has like a shock jock late night show on the radio, like a call-in show.
Okay.
And there's this real crazy guy that calls him and says that he's going to take his family hostage and all this other crap. And all this is happening like in real time. And boy, is it ever good. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. Let me see if I can Google it. Let me see. Mel Gibson. There we go.
I know Mel Gibson then said they want to do the Passion of the Christ 2 now. They were in the talks of doing that. So that should be interesting if they do actually.
I think that would be really good. I think that would really good. I'm trying to remember what the
Did
hell.
you see the first one?
Yeah. Yeah, the first Passion.
I did
obviously.
too. What was the theater like at where you?
It was packed. No, it was packed.
What was it like when you left and when you entered? What was
morbid?
It's a 2022 movie. It's called On the Line.
Never heard of it.
And it's, wow, is it ever got? It's got the kind of a twist that, you remember the one where the kid was, I see dead people. You remember that with Bruce Willis?
Sixth Sense.
Yeah, the Sixth Sense. You can't watch it a second time because now you know, right? And this is one of those. You have to watch it, and then after you've seen it, it's like you could never really. You could watch it a second time, but you already know the whole thing by the. It ruins it. It's one of those with it's just really got a heavy duty punch to it. Pretty good. But I'll enjoy a movie like that. I like stuff on time travel, because I'm always trying to work around the paradoxes. And of course, that always, any type of a movie, a good movie with time travel in it, always has, it sparks good conversation amongst the people that are watching it, because you start talking about different time travel concepts and shit like that. I think that's rather interesting.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm 18 minutes past when I was going to get off of here.
All righty.
And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to blow off of here for the night. Flatzoid, thanks for coming on. I don't know what's going on. You have a good night, Flatzoid. He got his shit working. Good.
You have a good
night. He's in his Flatzoid. And Dreamy, thanks for coming. We'll see you next time on here.
Good seeing you.
And I just want to let everybody know that y'all know that the Lord loves a working man. Don't trust Whitey. See your doctor and get rid of him, because he'll probably kill you. Y'all have yourselves a good evening tonight, or today, or whatever it is for you. And we'll see you next time on Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. Good night, everybody.